we have invited you here because we saw an opportunity that will help us and help who we represent. And you will agree with me that the COVID-19 has really brought in a new normal as is popularly known today. But the truth of the matter is that a lot of things have changed. Because while some people were complaining at home, some people also discovered another way of, making things and making money and making themselves happy. And in the course of research, in the course of network, in the course of a whole lot of things we played along with during the COVID, I was able to tap into the wisdom and knowledge of some friends I had informed before to keep me abreast with what is happening in the other world, I mean in the digital space. And today I have brought on board my very good friend, whom I informed 2 years ago that when he sees a very good opportunity in the digital currency, that he should let me know that I'm interested. And we agreed that to go, the new money, okay, this new money. So I have invited very few persons for a takeoff, okay, so that we can show you this opportunity. And I'm happy to say here that we have a very strong person when it comes to a digital technology that has to do with digital money. Is a financial expert, and no other person than Mr. Solomon James. And he will be talking to us all the way from Lagos on the new opportunity through which you can make over $50,000 from $200 within a space of few months. I wouldn't want to make it a speech-making day, but please welcome with me Mr. Solomon James, all the way from Lagos. You are welcome, sir.
All right, thank you so very much, Dr. Felix. Truly honored to be here. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Solomon James, just have been introduced, and I'm reaching you out from the city of Lasgidi, we call it Lagos. Again, it's such a privilege to share with Dr. Felix's tribe or connections or access. I tell people that every man is an access, and there are things you will never tap until the door through a man is open. My mentor once told me something that I found to be very, very true and appropriate when he said to me a couple of years ago, he said, there are many things you will never get by prayer and fasting, but that you'll get by relationship. So I think it's the relationship access that is bringing about this meeting, and I truly appreciate and honor everyone who have given their time, because time is the most precious commodity that we can exchange. So truly appreciate that. So let's go briefly into this, and then I'll just wrap it up within 45 minutes or thereabout. So I will crave your indulgence, and also just pray that we are still a third world country, that our network cooperates without submitting prayer points to keep it working. All right, with that being said, let's rock this. Now, let's just take this intro, then I'll be back.
What if you could have the advantage of owning stock equity in the most disruptive financial technology companies before they go public, and at the same time earn ongoing profit-sharing rewards and income simply by becoming a part of a record-breaking crowdfunding platform? Profits, equity, and income. Welcome to DAISY. DAISY, which stands for Decentralized AI System, is a smart contract crowdfunding model that is truly breaking industry records. And with over 100,000 contributors and over 120 million in contributions in its first 30 days, DAISY is positioned to be the fastest billion-dollar project of its kind. For as little as a 100 USDT contribution, DAISY members have instant access to profits, equity, and income. And it is all done with 100% transparency on the blockchain. The first technology company that the Daisy community is crowdfunding is Endotech, a brilliant financial technology team that has developed the AI backbone for many of the top financial institutions around the world and is now developing the next generation of AI trading technology for today's financial markets, including digital currency. During Daisy's Phase 1 crowdfunding window, every member who contributes $100 or more will receive stock equity in Endotech prior to the company going public. And it doesn't stop with equity. Every member also receives 70% of the profit rewards generated from the ongoing performance of Endotech's AI trading system. Daisy's first crowdfunding phase has a limited placement of 500 million USDT into live trading for the purpose of testing and development, and has already exceeded 60 million in just the first 30 days of being live. And because Daisy is a 100% peer-to-peer model, over 50 million USDT has been rewarded directly to the Daisy members by the smart contract. Daisy has been recognized as the most powerful community and crowdfunding model ever created, where every member can have profits, equity, and income, even if you never refer a single person. If you love the idea of benefiting from emerging financial technology companies, if you want to take advantage of the digital currency revolution, regardless of if the markets are up or down, and if you're open to diversifying your profits, equity, and income, we hope that you will accept our invitation to learn more and watch the next video. It could very well be the smartest 10-minute decision you have.
Okay, sorry guys, I'm just trying to let's just break and move on here. But what we are talking about here is the opportunity to have profit, equity, and income through a venture capitalist structure and project that we've come to put together as a community, and to show how we can play just with $200 and we can create as much as $50,000 within a space of time. It's a playbook. It could be more than that, and I'll show you the numbers and I'll show you what it is. I don't know what biases you do have, but just keep it aside and let's just wholeheartedly engage the discourse for this evening. So how do I become a venture capitalist with as low as $100? Now, first of all, for those of us here, we do know that venture capital, some call it VC, is a form of private equity and is a type of financing that investors provide to startup companies and small businesses that are believed to have long-term growth potential. I do believe that for some of us here on this call, you've also had the opportunity to probably watch Shark Tank. And on Shark Tank, you get to see those deals that have been carried out and the negotiations, percentages, and a lot of things. So that's what we are talking about: profit, equity, and income, because all of those interplays are also involved here. But one of the key things you get to see here is that you are funding projects that you believe have long-term growth potential. So we see venture capital generally comes from well-off investors. They come from investment banks and any other financial institution. Now, did you know that Netflix, Shopify, Uber, Airbnb, and many other all needed venture capital? An interesting thing is that the venture capitalists all made big profits. Sometimes, so when we think about venture capital, we look at just something that is for a few. And truly, it's not something new. People have been using this to raise funds for their dreams and for their projects. And many of them have seen the light of the day and become multi-billion-dollar organization. Now, there is a very interesting story that I've been following. It's a story of a young man called Nasri Jones. He's an entertainer, he's a rapper. And in 2013, that's about 8 years ago, there is also a company called Coinbase. If anybody knows anything about crypto, you should know about Coinbase. Coinbase is in the US, and Coinbase back in 2013, again, still the early stage of crypto. We are still in the early stage of the crypto market, but Coinbase decided to set up a company to cover some crypto things. and they were raising money. They raised the first round of money, it wasn't enough. So they were raising what we call Series B, okay, that's the round 2 of this, and they needed $25 million, okay, for this round to be able to complete their project or continue their project. Well, Rapanas, as it's been referred to, actually had a kind of venture capitalist capital outfit that he had actually set up called the Queensbridge Ventures. And through Queensbridge Ventures, he was able to put in $100,000 to about $500,000. And okay, he continues his entertainment business. He has invested. Remember, for them, they look at long term. It's not give us this our daily bread. They are not playing the short term paradigm. And early this year, April this year, Coinbase went public after years of working on the project. And guess what? His $100,000 was worth over $100 million, and he cashed out on day one $40 million. Now, this is somebody that had invested into a project that he saw had long-term growth potential. And yet, Coinbase is still on, is growing stronger, and he still has his more portfolio there, and he's going to end. So this is what we are talking about. This is the venture capitalist system that we are putting out. I just wanted to show you that it's not just on the brand, the Airbnb, the Ubers, the Netflix, even individuals are participating and they are winning. Now, what if you could participate in a venture capital raise of the world's biggest financial technology project with as low as $100? Now, imagine yourself receiving equity profits from the development of this new technology that will basically change the whole financial trading industry. Now, the best part of this is that this venture capital raise is only available to the general public, because we know capitalists, as they are, they basically like to take things over. And they had wanted to take this over, to hijack it. As about 3 weeks ago, they even came with about $700 million to buy out the entire project. But they could not. So this is not just for the big ends of town, the big guys. I'm not saying you are small, but for some of us, small guys, perhaps I'm small also, we could be able to play here. Like I said, big institutions, firms are already knocking on the door trying to take this over. Well, basically, there are 3 types of people when it comes to money and wealth creation, because it doesn't matter what you do, money is an interplay in all of it. Well, 3 kinds of people. Number 1, we have people that as they make their money, they get to spend more than they make. Yes, some of us might want to tie religious connotations to it, because you spend more than you make, and when they ask you how you manage, you say it's God. Truly, if you want to check your record, you cannot. I'm not trying to take God out of the picture, but you see, if you are spending more than you make, you are in debt. And I don't think God is the author of confusion. God will not put you in debt when you are spending more than you make. So we have those set of people. We have another set that they spend all that they make. So at the end of the month, just as the month is gradually coming to an end, everything equates back to 0. We have a third category that spend less than they make while putting the surplus to work, which is what we are trying to be intentional about, so that we can have money. Because as the Bible will say, he gives bread to the eater and he gives seed to the sower. So we must know what is our seed, and we must know what is our bread. Basically, there are 2 simple ways in which you can create passive cash flow. Remember, the key word here is passive, wealth and financial independence. Number 1, you have capital, you have cash, you have crypto, you have land, you have other asset classes, and you can put them to work and you generate profit for yourself. The other is that perhaps you do not have these classes, but you have sweat equity, okay? And you put your sweat equity to work, and you build capital, and you now put that capital to work to be able, so that, because listen, it doesn't matter what we do unless you own it. Doctor was in making an introduction of somebody and said the former person, this one is a digital. You see, they are in phases. Somebody will come, somebody will go. But what you know, the European people say it's what the bird eats and the flies with. What you have is yours. So we are trying to create that system where we can create this passive cash flow. Now, for me, financial independence is basically when you can live off your profit and do not have to eat all your capital. It's very, very important because we live in a world where people want to impress people and people come under pressure. As a result, you are eating not just of your profit, you are eating your capital. For some of us men, if you are married and you have your wife probably wanted a shop or a mall or something, and you got it furnished. Sometimes 6 months, 7 months, 1 year down the line, the place is empty. If you walk into the shop and you whistle, it will echo. Why? Because you have eaten both the capital and the profit, and you're already going into the capital. Before you know, it gets to another default setting. You get to reset the entire business. So what if we could create a system where all we take is just the profit and let our capital continue? Wealth basically is built when you can pay life's luxuries with your profit again. So which is why I personally have my philosophy, and yours might not be wrong, but it's something that works for me, that the simpler your life, the easier it is to be able to manage. So I'm not trying to impress anybody, and I'm not trying to probably educate anybody. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just giving my thought and opinion on how I think we can manage our funds to be able to live much better for tomorrow. Freedom is what is much more critical for me here. Interestingly, I also went to school. I read mineral resources engineering. I went back to school. I read petroleum engineering. I went back to school. I read industrial chemistry. I have 3 degrees. But unfortunately, so I still do not use. I don't use them as of today. But one of the things that I personally believe for me at my own small scale is that I'm free. I'm free because I'm absolutely debt free. I do not owe anybody dead or alive. Again, following my philosophy of living simple. So I'm free. I'm free not just financially. I'm free in my mind. I have peace of mind, and I'm free to work wherever I am. Because freedom is when you can build capital and you generate cash flow from anywhere in the world, any time of the day, in any economic environment, with as little as a phone, laptop, and internet connection. For some of us, the things that are giving us money today, if you happen to leave that location and let's say they move you now to Abeokuta, possibilities that it's like it's a reset button for you. The only thing that can stop me today is if there is no internet, because I do not know, I'm not an economist, but I wish they can review the economist textbook, because when they taught me economics back in school, they told us factors of reproduction. It involved land, labor, and capital. But I think they need to add a 5th factor of production, because land, labor, capital, if you don't have internet today, a whole lot of that will still be under redundancy, because just check for many of us on this call, you are the comfort of your home. It is not just land, it's not labor, it's not capital, it's internet. So internet is critical to your freedom, that if you relocate me right now to anywhere in the world, my earning will not stop. Whatever I earn today, which I have, will have still continued. I do not know if that's your story, but if it's not, then this is your opportunity to create such wealth and income. So permit me to just take you through this in the next few minutes, and let's just enjoy it. So what's the offering here? The opportunity offering here is basically an opportunity to get equity in an IPO, public offering, of a world-leading fintech company, with passive income also coming from technology trading in multiple asset classes. So they trade. We as a community, we are not the one trading, but we have this opportunity where you can be involved and you also get passive income from this trading multiple asset classes. And you can withdraw your earnings anytime, anywhere. You can compound them to build wealth for the long term also. There's an opportunity to share this with friends and earn some referral income, but it's 100% optional. It doesn't stop your earning or whatever, but it's just added there. Now, what we have here is a fusion of AI and fintech. AI is artificial intelligence, fintech is financial technology. It's a buzzing opportunity right now. Artificial intelligence, as we know, is used by all top financial institutions in the world, and the venture capital raise we are getting involved is funding the development of a super new AI, which is basically what this project is all about. So this super AI is designed to create trading profits unseen before. Now, this is the largest financial technology development project currently in the world. It's massive, it's big. Now, we are deploying a crowdfunding model, okay, which is basically venture capital for the masses. So rather than having 1 or 2 Nasri Jones putting in their millions and the rest, the little guys, some of us can come in with as low. I don't know where people got involved with venture capital for as low as $100 or $2. but this is the opportunity. So it's a more of a DCO, what we call a DCO, decentralized crowd offering, so that people can participate. Well, venture capital companies wanted to fund this project again. They were declined because this project is about bringing wealth to the masses, not only to the institutions. And you can participate with as little as $100 and scale up to as high as $102,000. You decide your level of contribution. You understand your financial needs, okay, and allowances, and you're allowed to play accordingly. And if you're able to get to the peak of it, you become what we call a VIP, and you have private access to this trading technology that these institutions are paying millions to be able to access. And what that simply means, you now have your own personal ATM machine wherever you go in the world, actually printing out money for you. So let's take a look at this crowdfunding project and what it does. So we have basically two phases. But what's the phase all about? The first phase is basically raising $10 million for the development and testing of this super AI. As I speak to you, we've raised over $2.5 million for this project. And we're also raising a $500 million to be able to better test this super AI that has been created. As of today, we've raised over $80 million towards that also as a community. So as they deploy, while they are building that out, they are also deploying a portion of this money that is being contributed, because like I said, the $500 million is basically to for the super AI, but the super AI is in development, so it's not ready. But we're also contributing money towards this 500 million. So what do? They already take their current algorithm, apply the current algorithm to the money that is on ground, and they trade with it. And as they make profits, the profits are also being paid to everyone who participated in the contribution. We have future fundraisers covering the forex market, the stock market, commodity, and the rest of it. And they're all coming up smooth, very fast. Now let's meet Endotech, which is the company we are partnering with, the fintech company. Endotech is coming out from Israel. They have a team of about 60 plus AI scientists, quants and mathematicians, analysts, developers, and researchers. And Endotech is the world leader in creating AI financial technology for institutional investment firms. Now they have their white paper detailing this project, and it was published to get input from the world's top AI and trading minds. As a matter of fact, most of the AIs are known to be involved around what we call technical analysis. They use technical analysis, patterns, and all those things to be able to draw their conclusion for whatever trade or whatever decisions they make. But this is the first time in the world that they are creating a super AI that will not just be trying to track technical analysis, trying to embed fundamental analysis also into it. So it's a fusion that will increase its profit and actually gives you the needed result. So Endotech plans to become a public company next year. Remember, Rapanas had to wait for 8 years. But you see, we are not waiting for 8 years, because next year, Endotech plans to go public as they bring the super AI to the financial world. Well, the person leading the pack with this is Dr. Anna Baker. She is the CEO of Endotech. She holds a PhD in artificial intelligence and has been developing financial technology for over 2 decades. She's an author, she's a speaker, she's a consultant, and a world leader in artificial intelligence financial technology. And she's previously created and sold financial technology companies in the forex sector. And her technologies are currently being used by leading global banks and investment firms globally. Again, Endotech is not a startup as it were, because they've been around for about 9 years. Endotech was actually launched registered in 2012. So they've been doing a lot of things in the forex space, but in 2017, they actually pivoted to go into the crypto space by developing the current algorithm they are using. That was in 2017. And in 2018, they began the commercial use of this AI cryptocurrency algorithm, which again, many financial institutions are actually adopting. Well, just March this year, March 30th, a few months ago, they launched what they call the Daisy Crowd Fund, which is the model to be able to fund this, their super AI, which I actually was, and a few persons we were privileged to be a part of the beta test in January, just for 4 days, and they shut it down, and it was fully open in March 30th. Then in 2022, this will be completed. and they have the IPO, they add forex trading, and they're looking for an additional $1 billion of assets under management. And 2023 and beyond, looking for other additional classes that will be added, stocks, commodities, futures, and the rest. So how will this be deployed? Well, to make this happen effectively, since we are all not in the same domain, we are not all in Nigeria, we are scattered all around the world, they are using a smart contract. So somebody will say, what's a smart contract? Well, smart contracts are new technology that ensures that all promised outcomes are all delivered. And it operates in a decentralized environment on the blockchain, free from human intervention. And this provides full transparency of all transactions for your peace of mind, because sometimes you even send money, the money is hanging there, the person is saying, I've not received this one, I've not received it, and you are going to, they tell you, go to your bank, go to the, you see, sometimes it looks as if we're in a digital state, but it's still in an analog state where you send money, the money is not your account, you've been debited, the other person have not received it, you cannot track, and they'll tell you sometimes wait for some 24 hours before it reverses. That's still it's a long time in the crypto space or in a digital space for you to wait for 24 hours to know where something is. So with this, you can track everything in seconds so that you can have peace of mind wherever it is. Interestingly, the way the smart contract is actually built out is to make sure that all payments are instant. In case you choose to share with people and build a community, remember it's 100% optional, but the money is not with the system. The money is paid directly to you so that you have value for every money you need to get instantaneously. Well, this project is running on a blockchain, and the blockchain is what we call a Tron blockchain, because the Tron blockchain is among the fastest and the most scalable blockchain. It's a top decentralized app platform, and we're using USDT. USDT is a stable coin that is pegged to the dollar. So when we say 100 USDT, it's like saying $100. It dominates all USDT liquidity in the market, so it is used as the choice for your funding contribution to participate in this project. Now, Tron blockchain has very low transaction fee, will be used for transferring our funds. So if you are participating in this project, you find yourself having two assets. You'll be getting USDT and you'll be getting Tron. Tron is what we use for the gas fees, but the USDT is actually how the project is being funded. Now, the question is, so how do I participate? What's the access? What's the doorway? Well, we have 10 doorways into our community. Number one, we have the tier one, which is $100 door. So you're coming with $100. Tier two is $200. And now every door is an independent door. So tier one is $100. Tier two is $200. Does that mean I add extra $100 to move to tier two? No, it's a fresh total payment of $200. Tier three is $400. Tier four is $800. So it's much more like it's going by the multiple of two. So any contribution you do make between tier one and tier seven will be divided 50-50, because here you see 50% goes into the trading where there's passive trading happening for you while they are building out the super AI, and we have another 50% going into the community where people are rewarded for sharing. And you also have stock equity. That's what we talk about: profit, stocks, and equity. There's also stock equity for every contributions you do make. As I speak right now, I am on tier 7. It simply means I have $12,700 in this project. So I'm not just I'm putting my money where my mouth also is, because I truly believe in this and I'm participating. Now, can I just come and say, okay, I want to start with $400? No, it's not possible. You move sequentially. You have to have done 100, then you come to 200, then you come to 400, up to tier 10, which is, like I said, about $102,000. Any contribution made from tier 8 to tier 10, they will now rather than put 50% into passive trading for you, they put 70%, increasing your passive rewards as they build out the system and you continue to earn. So these are the 10 doorways. You can pick the one that you feel is convenient. If you want to do tier 1, tier 2, it means it's a total of $300. And this is for project 1. This is what brings you into the community. Now, I do know that some of us are quite busy, because I'm seeing professionals here. We're busy about our jobs and other businesses, and we don't want something that becomes another job. So the question is, can I participate and I'm passive about this and also get to earn passively? Well, that is also possible, because just like I've just explained, for making a contribution, 50 to 70% of your contribution goes into trading, and that earns you passive trading reward. Now, Endotech historically has develop an average annual profit of about 200% per annum. And again, I can tell you from what I know and what I've personally experienced that this number is very, very conservative, okay? Because sometimes there are some numbers that people hear and they just lose faith just for hearing that number. It can never be real, because it can never be real in their own world. They've been stuck in a frame of mind and a world that if you tell them certain things that is outside that frame of mind, they think everything is fraudulent. So just keep it at 200%, because I can guarantee you that will easily be smashed. Well, the goal of the super AI development is to increase the current trading result of up to 4 times. So by the time this super AI is developed, as we are talking 200%, probably we'll be looking at 800% per annum. And I can tell you the numbers are much more higher than that. So you also get exclusive equity shares in the IPO of Endotech that is planned for next year, and you don't need to wait for 8 years like Nasri Jones. Now, there is an interplay that allows you to share with friends. So there is a kind of networking, but again, it's 100% optional. You can earn referral bonuses on the people who choose to join through you. There are network bonuses, there are matching bonuses. There is kind of a networking structure. I'll not be dwelling on that, because I do know for many of us, it might not be something you want to do, but if you're interested in that, we have other detailed trainings, and I can send videos to that just to help you fill in the gap. Now, if you choose to also refer people again, yeah, you create supplementary income, again, which can be life-changing income from sharing with your friends. And you can receive a share of all crowdfunding contributions that are happening globally, and then you get rewards. You receive additional equities in IPO when you qualify for some incentive program. And you can use even the earnings you are making to even upgrade to higher tiers or get involved with other projects. So all of this is an overview of Project 1. Now, you cannot be a part of Project 2 if you are not a part of Project 1. So it's much more like an exclusive polo club, a golf club, and all those things. The values we get is because first you're a member of the community. You make a contribution of the VC contribution, you're making a contribution to the project. For being a part of this project, we also have these incentives coming to us, 100% passive. You are still going about your lab work, you are still going about your academic work, whatever pursuit you are into, and you are having all of that. But the community also just launched something that we are just 6 days away, 5 days away, basically, from going live. We are 5 days away from this. So this is much more like it's a jet, because yes, it is. It's a Daisy DeFi launchpad. And I'll tell you what that is. So let's just take an overview of this second project. It's a DeFi project. DeFi is actually decentralized finance, because it's the fastest growing and the most lucrative sector right now in the cryptocurrency market. DeFi is the future of finance because it's removing the middlemen like the banks, facilitating peer-to-peer lending and borrowing, which is why it is actually shaking up the traditional financial world. And some of us had the things that happened with our CBN and banning crypto, all of the things. Listen, the world has people that cannot man border, our physical border. You now want to man digital border. They are joking, and you can't stop it. Today, right now, they've turned back to now say they are ready for crypto. They are trying to create their own crypto. Well, we are just watching them because, first of all, in a system where trust is lost, I will not be participating unless it is becomes absolutely mandatory that for us to be in this ecosystem called Nigeria, we need that. And even if you choose to, you'll be doing it with a little, because with these people, anything can happen. Because the middlemen have been taken out of the way. Today, with the DeFi world, things are changing. Well, this capital raise, now remember this second project, it means what you raise for Project 1 does not cover Project 2. I want to be upfront with that. So for you to be a part of Project 2, it's a different raise. But the capital raise will fund the launch of this new launchpad platform that will bring in top DeFi projects to the market. You can receive equity, you can receive rewards, you can receive profit, and you can receive access to DeFi tokens at very heavily discounted prices. Now, again, can I be passive about all of this? It looks too much for me. I might not understand everything. So can I be passive? Yes, you can, because you can access new DeFi token in pre-release period, what we call pre-sale, at a heavily discounted prices, and we have one going live just 5 days from now at 10 cents, and I'll come back to that number. Now, the pre-release tokens are only available to the venture capitalist community who participate in this project by June 30th. So you just have 5 days to lock in your space in the community to be qualified to participate in Project 2. And I'll tell you why you will want to do that. The expected public release price of this token when it goes live, it's at $5 per token based on past DeFi releases, and the listing is on July. The pre-sale date is July 1. The market listing date is August 1. So we are just about 4 weeks away or 5 weeks away from a majorly changed life, and I'll show you the numbers for you to believe this. And you can purchase the pre-release token in Project 2 up to the same value you are in Project 1. What does that mean? If in Project 1 I'm only on $100 tier, I can only buy up to $100 of Project 2. If I am on tier 2, which gives me a total of $300, I can buy up to tier 2 in this, okay? But if just shortly before we came on here, about 5 minutes thereabout, I was listening to an update that just came out this evening, and just trying to throw more light on things that will be happening in the next 5 days. But basically, this won't just happen. It will be happening July 1st, 12 noon Nigerian time is when the pre-sale will begin at 10 cents. And I'll throw more light on that. There's a 4% of the total available token that is gifted to the community. We have 3 different incentive pools. And there are some levels, you refer 4 persons, for example, who contribute in Project 1 with a cumulative minimum of $1,000. You qualify for what we call a share in one of the pool. You can earn as much as $10,000 to $20,000 just for having 4 people who actually have a cumulative of about $1,000. And the qualification for this 3 pool, again, must be met latest June 30th. So it's a time-sensitive promotion, and we have a lot more on the table. But let me just show you something why this pre-sale makes sense and why you want to pay attention to pre-sales. There is this token that is called NXT. Look at the pre-sale price. Look at the current market price. That's over $250,000 in return on investment. Look at IOTA, 0.001. Current price about $5, 520,000. Look at NEO. The last time I checked was 32, okay, 0.032, and current price about 32. That's over 102,000%. You look at Ethereum. Ethereum pre-sale was on about 0.311. Current price right now, even though the market has been tanking this week, it's still doing over 700,000%. Guys, these are things you will not get on treasury bill. I play the treasury bill market, and I had to stop as of last year, because what's the best deal you get? You are getting 10 to 14% best deal, but not in 2021, because as at even last week they were celebrating a 6% jump, because it crashed to as low as 2 to 4% per annum, and people are still playing that. So when you think perhaps 100%, 200%, some will tell you it's a scam. Then you are not talking about 500,000%, 200,000%. They tell you you must be a Yahoo boy. Okay, but I'll come to clear your doubt on that. But take a look at Daisy, the project that is coming out in the next the pre-sale is on July 1. Is at 10 cents. Basically, there are 4 rounds of the pre-sale. We have the 10 cents round, just like you said, we talk about Rapanas. He was even on Series B, which was round 2. So we have the 10 cents round. Second round will be 25 cents. Third round will be 50 cents. And the last round will be $1. All of this is for members of the community. Now, guess what? All of this will happen in 6 days. It's 6 days. Is when all of this is happening. So it's something that is quite exciting. I do not plan, and I don't wish any of us on this call, if you're interested, to even get it on the 25 cents, because you would have been reducing the possibilities. I'll show you some what the numbers look like, but just think about getting it at 10 cents July 1. Market listing is $5 August 1st, exactly 4 weeks after. That's already 5,000%. I do not know what you play in. I do not know what you are doing that is going to give you probably 5% in about 4 weeks. And you think that is outrageous. I will show you numbers that truly will blow your mind, that makes this a child's play, that are real and they are still in the market. So let's take a look at some of the numbers, because basically the numbers don't lie here. Now, if I were to be a part, I want to play with the tier 1, which is the $100. Remember, you first need to be a part of the community, which is $100. Then now you need another $100 to now buy, because you fund according to your level in the community. So that's $200. That's why I talk about the $200 playbook. So basically, it means your lump sum at that level is $200, covering both the community and the token. But if you are going to get it at 10 cents, July 1, 12 noon Nigerian time, it's going live. You are going to get it at 10 cents, $100 at 10 cents will give you 1,000 token. Now, 1,000 token at a launch price of $5 August 1 is already giving you $5,000. $5,000, if it moves from $5, let's say between August to December, that this is going to do $30, which again, it's a done deal. I can tell you from the numbers and from the tokenomics and what we do know, it's a done deal. It does $30. That's already $30,000 from $100. If for any reason it does $50, that's $50,000 from $100. And guys, already between yesterday and today and this evening, people are already projecting this thing will hit $200 in around 6 months or thereabout. By the virtue of the interest, the awakening of the crypto community to what is on the table. Never been seen. It's a very big project. But hey, let's even say it's $100. Please, if $100 will make you lose your sleep, then you have more problem than money, and you might need to go solve that problem, because some of us we've lost millions. I do not take it for granted. Even if it's ₦1, you shouldn't be losing money. But I'm just showing you. Look at the upside here. If $100 can move to perhaps $50,000 in just perhaps 6 months. I'm not even looking at that. I'm even just looking at, let's say it goes to $10. That will be $10,000 out of from your $100. Then you're looking at about 5 million naira. Does that make sense to you? Now, if you happen to come to tier 3, you find out you are on tier 2, rather, you are putting in 300 total. It means you have 300 in the community and 300 in this token. That means a total of $600 involvement. You're going to get 3,000 token. But 3,000 token will at $5 launch price, it's already giving you $15,000. That's over 7.5 million. Now, if you take this up to $50, that's already $150,000 coming out from $300. This still looks ridiculous, right? I'll show you why they are not. I am currently on tier 7. So I already have this in the community, and so help me God, 12 noon, July 1st, I am accumulating this. So it simply means I'm putting about $25,000, $400,000 into this. But hey, I'm getting 12 to 127,000. Let's even say it goes to $5 and crashes back to $1. $1 will still give me $127,000. Is that enough profit? Yes. What if it's at $5? That is over $500,000. That's over $635,000. Now, if it gets to $30, we're looking at over 3.8 million. What if it gets to 50? We're looking at 6.3 billion, 6.3 million. 6.3 million, that's over 3 billion. Listen, it looks as if it's unreal, right? I'll tell you why it's so real. Because right now, we have moved the projection away from $50 to $200 by the numbers and what we are saying. So if your faith does not carry, you can just say to yourself, this is not my portion, because I do not see anybody who will actually see something coming and you feel it can happen. Well, it might not happen for you, but it will happen for us because we have seen this over and over. And just give me a few minutes as we wrap this up so that I show you some possibilities in this space and the numbers, what they do look like. Just a minute, please. Let me open up my system. I had shut down my laptop, so let me open up my system. Not now. Okay. Just a minute, please. CoinGecko. Yep. Okay, so let me come back here and share my screen so we are on the same page. So we can see what I'm bringing up here. Okay, so here we go. I was trying to bring up my. So guys, you can go to coingecko.com, coingecko.com. You can do the same thing on a CoinMarketCap. It gives an aggregate of everything happening in the market. Interestingly, if you go to CoinMarketCap, let me do this. Let me do this. CoinMarket. Okay, this CoinMarketCap. Before I come there, so that you know how prepared this is for us to go live. On CoinMarketCap, if you are coming here, where is the search bar right now? Where's the search bar? Still, just a minute, guys. Where's the what are the okay? Yep, it's up now. So if I come in here right now and I type, let me type Daisy, D-A-I-S-Y. You can see if I type Daisy right now, based on CoinMarketCap, you'll find out that Daisy is already on the CoinMarketCap. But you see that market data is on track. Why? It has not gone live. All it is waiting is August 1, and all of that begins to pump in here, and it begins to go live. So it's already there waiting weeks before they ever even go live. But let's go back to the CoinMarketCap here, so that you see what I'm showing you. So if I come to the CoinGecko here and I type on DeFi, DeFi is decentralized finance, you can see here top 100 DeFi coins by market capitalization. If I take a look at this, number one here is Uniswap. And for your information, the very first platform we are launched that the coin will be sold on the public markets is Uniswap. This deal was closed yesterday. So you are just up to date getting information as to what is happening. The first platform is launching is Uniswap. The second one is PancakeSwap, which is where we are using Binance Chain. Then they are also going on Binance and a whole lot more. 4 exchanges just in August alone. This is why this is so big a project if you know anything in the crypto space and you know what Uniswap is doing. So Uniswap is number 1 in the DeFi space. And we are now using Uniswap to launch this when we go live August 1, okay? But again, take a look at Uniswap. What's the price now? It's $16. So please take a look. I'm showing you live things. These things are not slides. These are real-time prices. The market has even crashed 11% today because of what is happening in China and the rest. But if you take a look here, what's the all-time low price of Uniswap? It's $1. And guess, this is $1. This is not even pre-sale. Now, all-time high was just May 3, last month, $44. Look at it, September 17, 2019, 9 months ago. So this was basically in 8 months. In 8 months, moving from $1 to $44. For every $1, you make $44. That's over 4,000% in about 7 months. So in case you think life is tied around the 10% or 6% or even 3% that your bank is giving to you and they think they are doing you a favor, you never knew what was happening outside that space. So you can look at the possibility here, just in 7 months, going from $1 to about $44. This was last month. Okay, let's get back here. Let's see another one. This is Aave. Aave is another interesting one. Even though Aave has come down, I think they can see 10%. There's been a big drop today. in the crypto market. But again, all-time low of AVE was $26. And this was 8 months ago, November 5, $26. Guys, take a look. All-time high of AVE was how much? $661. This was again last month, May 18. How do you buy something from $26 and it goes to $661 within 6-7 months? These are the kind of crazy percentages that are happening in this space, and some people don't even believe it. I'll go back here. I'll show you perhaps one or two more. We are also launching on Pancake. Pancake is the second exchange that we are using for this. Pancake current price is $12, but if you look at it, all-time low again was November. The DeFi space actually began about 7-8 months ago. It exploded. You can see at 19 cents. This again is not pre-sale. This is 19 cents. Guys, take a look. What was the all-time high? April 30, $43. How do you buy at 19 cents going to $43? Even at the current price right now of $12 from 43 is still over 6,000%. Over 6,000% within 7 months. So you now think if it was when it was here, then you are looking at over you are looking at over 20 something, over 18,000% or 20,000% just in a space of 6 to 7 months. Now you think you have seen it all. Hold on and let me show you one more. Okay, there is one here. Let me just show you here so that you know where I'm getting it from. Look at this. This is Yen Finance. I saw that Yen Finance actually came about. Yen Finance when it was around $12,000 early this year, and I was asking myself, what kind of this thing $12,000? Because Bitcoin was as at that point in time it was even higher than Bitcoin. I was saying, what is it? Take a look at Yen Finance. All-time low was July last year was $31. $31, guys, for you to buy one. All-time high was last month, May 12. May 12 was just last month. How much was it? $90,000. Bitcoin highest has been $64,000, and the entire world went gaga. Everybody was screaming Bitcoin. Everybody started running after Bitcoin. And look at this. In 1 year, Bitcoin has been around, okay, for about 11 years now, 2009 to 2021. Okay, so you are taking a look at something that moved in 1 year, 11 months, even currently right now, to that was, in fact, that means that was not 10 months. From $31 to $90,000. So you got 10 of this, you would have made $900,000. If you bought 20 or you had 100 of it, because at $31 you had $3,100, you would have just thrown it in. Then you bought 100. Now multiply that by $90,000, and somebody says you are a Yahoo boy. The person just simply needs knowledge to be filled. This is crazy. Some of us never saw this. We never knew. I saw it at 12,000. I was thinking it was expensive. I saw it went to 20. I went to 25. I said, what's this? Bitcoin has just done 64. This did 90,000. So this is massive. Okay, look at it. It's currently 28,000 and has even dropped 10% today. You can see the entire market is red. So these are real life scenarios. But even as at that, 28,000, if you had put in $31, you are seeing over 90,000%. This 90377. Over 90,000% within 10 months. So you are not thinking that the possibility of the Daisy coin token moving from $5 to $50. That's just 10x. That's just 10x. We are seeing this doing 90,000, guys. Okay, I'll show you just two more. Perhaps let me show you GoatCoin. I'm a heads boy. My goats delivered yesterday again. Dr. Felix, I don't know whether you took notes. My goats delivered yesterday again. Practically last week, Thursday, I took delivery of 2 beautiful goats. So I'm a heads boy. So when I have cow, I will become a headsman. But right now, so let's look at, it's funny, GoatCoin, okay? But I can look at it, 490, all-time low, all-time high, 5,000. Listen, things are happening in the space that many of us were never aware. You look at AutoCoin, because I do know for some of us, if we get some money right now, you plan to change your car, $882 currently right now. You can see, in fact, this is one that is so interesting. Guys, just take a look. What can happen? This was January this year, January 24, 2021. This is just 5 months ago. The all-time low was $22. Again, this is not pre-sale. Remember, we are even getting it at pre-sale. This was $22 all-time low, January this year, January 24. All-time high was February 20, 2021. This was 3 weeks after. 3 weeks after, it jumped from $22 to $14,000, $13,980. That's $12 short. That's $14,000 for me. $14,000 in 3 weeks. How can $22 move to $14,000, guys? And it's still in the market. So if you think $200 to $50,000 in 6 months looks like an aberration, then it's simply you don't even understand what is happening in the space. Listen, there are many young people who are making so much money now. It's just that their lifestyle or how they like it. Remember, I did say that the simpler your life, the easier it is to maintain. Some of them, listen, there are 3 different ways. Making money is totally different. Keeping your money is a totally different sector. Multiplying the money is totally different. So some of these guys can just come in here and they see some of this money, then they just begin to expose themselves to vices and things like that. I'm not here to educate you on how you want to use your money, but again, don't attract trouble to yourself. We live in precarious time right now in our society. But so perhaps a young boy here, but I've just probably put in $1,000. And now in 3 weeks, look at what each $22 turns to about $14,000. He could have just released a machine. He begins to build a car, and they said he's a ritualist. Things are happening in our space, which is why you see the youth are taking on arms. And in fact, they are ahead of the government. They are ahead of the government. And now the government is now trying to down, because this is the future. I'll show you one more, and I will open the room for us to talk. Let's take a look at Sox Coin. Sox Coin is one that that baffles me. Guys, take a look at this. Sox Coin today is $28,000. That's also dropped 5% because the market is down today. But there's something I wanted to see with Sox Coin. This was 1 year ago, because some of us need to create the mentality. Wealth is built over time. Anyway, Dr. Felix becoming a doc didn't happen overnight. It took time. But even if they said in 1 year you become a doc, that would, from the day you finish university, that would have been that's a fast track. But just take a look in all of this, what it takes to create wealth. All-time lows are $41. Again, this is not the pre-sale. This was March 13, 2020. Take a look, March 2021, 1 year after. It moved from $41 to $164,000. This is very clear, 164,012. $164,000 per token in 1 year. Now, it means $41, you could have put in $500 and perhaps grabbing just 10. Grabbing 10, 410. Let's say it was $500, you grab 10. And at this amount, you are already $1.6 million richer. And somebody says, watch that guy. We don't understand him. He's always at home. He does not come out anymore. He's fraudulent. Check him, the way he's buying cars. Because listen, it's not everybody that is loud. It's not everybody that is loud. And they might not even tell you what is happening. Things are happening in our space. $164,000. Bitcoin, no, I don't know any who is on this call that was aware of this coin. If you get to know anything about crypto, it's Bitcoin and Ethereum. They are learning where some things. I can take you through numbers. I have a ton of all of this. This is 1 year. We are not talking about something that happened in 10 years. Some of us as professionals, you've worked for years. As your salary jumped from $41 to $164, as your income jumped this much. But like I said, it's not about eating it all. It's about keeping a portion that you could probably play on some of these things. And now we have the Daisy token about going live in 5 days' time. 10 cents to be listed at $5. And you find out that the $50 that I projected in December is very, very conservative. This is an A-list token. Any token that is launching on PancakeSwap, Uniswap, Binance, guy, you don't want to ask questions. If anybody's on this call and you know anything about crypto, and they tell you that the token will be listed on Uniswap, Pancake, Binance, and the rest of them, all in even 1 month, guys, I will be kicking myself if you're on this call and you seize what we have just had tonight. So let me go back again and show you these numbers so that it's clear. You play where you can screenshot this. I can screenshot this and send to Dr. Felix so that he puts you look at it. I went to see my doctor this evening, and I did a full body checkup. I work from home. I'm a full-time house husband, so and I need to go see a doctor. Last week I went to do a full body checkup, and I took the results to him last week Thursday, and I went back today to go get the feedback. And sorry, I'm not saying this. Sorry, no, I think I didn't share this, so I don't make the same mistake I made. I knew it. I knew I did. I was almost making the same mistake. Where is it? Just a minute, guys, because it was the same mistake I made the other day, and it was almost going to be costly. I didn't share that screen. Okay, yeah, this was what. Sorry, guys. So this is it. Like I said, the numbers don't lie. So I was sharing with my doctor again, and I said to him, something is happening. He's building his own very big hospital. I said, I do know that you have a project, but I don't know if $200 basically will affect your life and affect your project and stall your project. But I don't think $200 will complete a massive hospital in the next 6 months. I do not think so. But perhaps if that $200 is were to be put into something like this, and I'm showing him the numbers, perhaps $50,000. Well, we are looking at about 25 million. Certain things are possible. And he said, really? He said, no. What if you can do put in 300? So making a total of 600. I said, it's up to you, because that simply means at $50, we're now looking at $150,000. So screenshot this. If you can see this, doc, screenshot is, send it to your people. Let them feel. Okay. I am on level 7 on this, the last one. So you are listening. I'm not trying to impress you, but by the grace of God, I'm maxing this out. I'm maxing it out. I'm maxing for my wife. I'm even thinking of maxing for my mom, because rather than today you are sending upkeep money, let just create a system to take care of them. So let's wrap this up. So imagine yourself owning equity in projects revolutionizing the current and future financial industry, earning passive profit rewards, accessing discounts, and free DeFi token. I also have the opportunity to earn referral income. If you so wish, sharing this opportunity with others, that is what we have today. And again, I truly want to get started. You will get back to Dr. Felix, and he will be able to guide you. Again, the interesting thing is that we don't have time. So in case, okay, let me go and pray about it and come back next by on the 2nd. So in fact, by on the 1st, it is late, because you must be in the community on the 30th latest. Basically, I don't have meetings today. I do meetings 3 times a week: Monday, Wednesdays, and Saturdays. Dr. Felix had to say, please, I have my own people, and I don't want them to miss. I don't want them to be too close. In fact, when he called me this evening, I was on bed. And Doctor, I told you, I said I absolutely forgot, because I don't do Friday meetings. Yeah. I don't do Friday. Yeah. So for me, I'm truly grateful that I could access your tribe and access your community, and to be able to share this information. So I always like to end this before I open this to any question that the next move is on you, because I truly believe that the capacity to earn is a gift. It's not everyone that has the capacity to earn. The reason why, even as intellectuals, as doctor and the rest, they keep upgrading themselves, because you must increase your capacity in today's world. Things are changing very fast. But you see, the ability to earn is a skill. It's the ability to earn is a skill. You can. It's a difference. Listen, without sounding this thing, there are certain informations that you might think these people are young boys, but they have access to that information you do not have. So you have the educational knowledge, they have the financial knowledge, and they are creating wealth. And it looks stupid, because I'm teaching them, they are turning out well. The ability to earn is a skill. And what we are doing today is adding that skill to our portfolio. But the most important thing for me here is that the willingness to earn is a choice. And I truly hope you make that choice and join us. Thank you very much. Truly appreciate this opportunity, and God bless you. So if there's any question, anybody, you can unmute yourself and ask your question, and I will take it away from there.
Thanks so much, my good brother and friend and financial coach.